My goal is not only to help you learn English. My deeper mission is to guide you toward success in every area of your life. If you are watching this video right now, I want you to understand something very important. You are worthy of endless opportunities, financial freedom, meaningful relationships, happiness, personal growth, and every dream that lives inside your heart. Nothing is out of reach for you when you truly decide to achieve it. The human mind is incredibly powerful. Once you train it to believe in possibility, doors begin to open. In this video, I will share ideas that can help you move closer to any goal you choose. It does not matter how difficult your circumstances may be, how discouraged you feel, or how many times you have been pushed down by life. You have the strength to stand up again. There is power inside you, and it is stronger than any obstacle. By the time you finish listening, I want you to feel that strength and trust it. This is not just motivation for a moment, it is meant to awaken something within you. Let us begin with the first idea, understanding the game of life. Listen carefully. If you are going through a challenging phase, if quitting feels easier than continuing, or if you feel confused about your direction, pause for a moment. Take a slow, deep breath. Sit quietly and ask yourself one simple question: what is the best step I can take right now? The present moment is more valuable than you think, because the choices you make today quietly shape your tomorrow. Remember, every person faces struggles. Even those who appear successful today once dealt with the same fears, doubts, and limitations you might be experiencing. Many started without money, without guidance, and without certainty. The difference is that they kept moving forward. They chose to stay in the game. Yes, life is very much like a game, a serious one, but still a game filled with levels, lessons, and chances to grow. Within this game, your knowledge, your abilities, your skills, and especially your mindset become your greatest tools. However, there is something you must never forget: this is a daily game. Progress is not built in one giant step but in small, consistent actions repeated over time. Now let's talk about the first rule that can completely change your life: stop comparing yourself to other people. Your journey is personal. The only real comparison that matters is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you drain your energy and lose focus. It is easy to look at someone else and assume they are simply lucky. Maybe they were born into wealth, maybe they had helpful connections, or maybe their path seems smoother. But what you often do not see is the effort, discipline, and persistence behind their progress. Instead of watching others, turn your attention inward. Stand in front of a mirror if you must, and remind yourself, I am my own competition. I choose growth over complaints. I choose effort over excuses. The moment you release the habit of comparison is the moment you begin to take control of your life. You stop reacting and start creating. Now I want to share an idea that might sound unusual at first. Sometimes, you must be willing to appear bad in the eyes of others. Let me explain clearly: this is not about harmful habits or dishonest behavior. It is about having the courage to disappoint expectations when those expectations limit your potential. Since childhood, many of us have been taught to always agree, always obey, and always fit into what others consider acceptable. While respect and kindness are important, blind obedience can quietly trap your dreams. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, there will be moments when you must challenge traditional thinking, step outside comfort zones, and make choices others may not understand. Some people might call you unrealistic. Others may say you are taking risks. But growth often begins exactly where approval ends. Great achievements rarely come from living exactly the way everyone expects you to live. So be brave enough to follow your vision. Be disciplined enough to work for it. And be confident enough to continue, even when the path feels lonely. Because the truth is simple, the people who dare to think differently are often the ones who eventually change their lives, and sometimes even inspire the world around them. You must learn to walk your own path, even when others do not understand it. There will be moments when you have to close your ears to the noise around you and listen only to your inner voice. The truth is simple: the moment you begin chasing your dreams, some people will question you. They may warn you, saying your future is uncertain. They may ask, what if you fail, or what if people laugh at you? But remember, those voices often come from fear, not from knowledge. Let them speak if they must. They cannot see the vision that lives inside you. They do not feel the effort you put in every day, and they cannot measure the determination that keeps you moving forward. Even the people who love you deeply, including your parents, sometimes guide you based on what they have experienced in their own lives. Their advice usually comes from care, but their journey is not your journey. Their limitations do not define your possibilities. You were not placed in this world to live an ordinary, predictable life if your heart is calling you towards something greater. When friends invite you to distractions that do not align with your goals, endless parties, constant celebrations, or habits that pull you away from progress, it is perfectly okay to say no. Those moments will pass quickly, but the time you lose will never return. Success moves forward whether you are ready or not, and your dreams will not pause while you hesitate. Have the courage to challenge expectations. You were not born to disappear into the crowd or simply repeat what everyone else is doing. There is something unique within you, something capable of creating impact. Breaking the rules does not mean abandoning your values or ignoring the law, it means refusing to be trapped by society's narrow definitions of what your life should look like. If others insist you must accept a routine job while your heart pushes you toward entrepreneurship, give yourself permission to try. If people pressure you to follow a timeline that does not match your ambitions, honor your priorities. And when someone declares that your dream is impossible, let your actions become the answer that proves otherwise. Think of it this way: a snake without venom may appear harmless, almost like a toy, unnoticed and unrespected. Do not allow yourself to become invisible. Instead, grow into someone whose presence is felt, not through intimidation, but through strength of character. True power is not about frightening others, it is about mastering your thoughts, standing firmly by your decisions, and turning your plans into reality through consistent action. What truly matters is not public opinion but personal intention. People will always have something to say. If you succeed, they will analyze your success; if you stumble, they will discuss your mistakes. That is the nature of the world. But your purpose, your motivation, and your sincerity, those are the forces that shape your future. Ask yourself honestly, do you want to succeed for your own fulfillment? Do you want to prove to yourself that you are capable? Do you want the freedom to design a life that reflects your values? If your answer is yes, then step forward with confidence. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop questioning your worth. Stop delaying the life you could be building right now. You have one life, one timeline, and countless possibilities within it. Do not let hesitation steal them from you. Now let us move into the next idea: becoming unstoppable. Understand this clearly: anyone who rises above the ordinary will eventually face criticism. When you attempt something meaningful, doubt will surround you. Some people will laugh, others will discourage you, and a few may even predict your failure before you begin. Yet history repeatedly shows that greatness is often born in the middle of disbelief. Consider Steve Jobs. Today, his name is connected with innovation, creativity, and one of the most influential companies in the world. But his early path was far from smooth. When he left college, many people assumed he had ruined his future. Some questioned his decisions, others underestimated his potential. Instead of surrendering to their judgment, he chose to keep building, imagining, and creating. Over time, his persistence reshaped entire industries, and his ideas reached millions across the globe. Stories like his are not rare. Visionaries such as Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo all encountered moments when others doubted them. At different stages, each of them was misunderstood or underestimated. Yet they shared one powerful habit: they continued moving forward when it would have been easier to stop. Their journeys remind us that being doubted is not a sign to quit. Often, it is a sign that you are attempting something significant. And here is something you must hold close to your heart: pain does not last forever. Whatever difficulty you are facing today is only a chapter, not the entire story. Struggles are seasons. They arrive, they teach, and eventually they pass. If it feels like nothing is working, see it as preparation rather than punishment, a test designed to strengthen your patience and resilience. Stay steady. Keep walking. Storms never remain in the sky forever, and tough times never stay unchanged. Those who endure with courage are the ones who eventually see the sunrise. Strong people understand an important truth: nothing difficult lasts forever. Night always gives way to morning, storms eventually clear, and even deep wounds slowly heal with time. The real question is not whether the sunrise will come, it always does, but whether you will remain patient and resilient enough to witness it. Many people step away from their dreams too early. They encounter pain and decide it is easier to quit. They face one failure and assume the journey is over. Someone laughs at them, and their confidence disappears. But those who succeed respond differently. Instead of surrendering to hardship, they transform it into energy. Pain becomes their fuel, failure becomes their teacher, and struggle becomes the foundation of their future success. In life, you are constantly standing before two choices. You can spend your days complaining about obstacles, blaming circumstances, and focusing on what is unfair. Or you can work with such determination that those obstacles slowly lose their power over you. One path leads to frustration, the other leads to growth. The decision, every single day, belongs to you. If you truly want success, begin by developing the mindset of a leader. Leaders do not wait for ideal conditions. They do not sit quietly hoping someone will give them permission or present them with the perfect opportunity. Instead, they create opportunities through action. They dare to make decisions, accept risks, and continue forward even when encouragement is absent. At times, they may be the only ones who believe in their vision, and that belief is enough to keep them moving. It is equally important to step away from the habit of blindly following the crowd. When you simply repeat what everyone else is doing, you often arrive at the same ordinary destination. History shows us that the people who left a mark on the world were rarely copies of others. They were individuals who thought differently and had the courage to lead. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself a meaningful question: why do I want success? Perhaps you dream of financial freedom, supporting your family, giving your parents comfort, owning a beautiful home, traveling the world, or living with independence. Whatever your reason may be, protect it. That reason is your inner fire. On days when your energy feels low or your confidence begins to fade, return to that purpose. Let it remind you why you started. There may be moments when your present reality feels discouraging. You might be struggling financially. You might feel unnoticed or undervalued. But never mistake your current situation for your final destination. Where you stand today does not define where you will stand tomorrow. The respect you receive now is not the limit of what you can earn in the future. Your life is not fixed, it is shaped by the choices you continue to make. If some people laugh at your efforts, allow them that moment. Laughter often fades when results appear. The future has a powerful way of changing perspectives. The same individuals who doubt you today may one day admire the life you have built. But that transformation depends on one condition: you must refuse to give up. Think about how often fear of judgment has held you back. Perhaps you stopped yourself from trying something new because you worried about criticism. Maybe you hesitated because support was uncertain. Yet no one can fully predict what lies ahead for you. People speak from their own experiences, and those experiences are limited to their personal journeys, not yours. So when someone claims your plan will fail, let your progress become the reply. When they question your ability, answer through consistent effort. Over time, success itself becomes the strongest voice in the room. Now let us step into the next stage of growth, becoming truly unstoppable. Understand this clearly: you were not meant to move through life on autopilot, repeating the same routine without purpose. You are here for more than mere survival. You are here to grow, achieve, and create a life that feels meaningful. The world often opens its doors to those who pursue their ambitions with hunger and discipline. If you wish to stand among them, you must be willing to act differently from the majority. Here is a principle that can reshape your future: welcome challenges rather than avoiding them. Many people step back the moment something appears difficult. Fear whispers, "What if I fail?" and they choose the safety of staying where they are. But those who succeed understand that challenge is not an enemy, it is a training ground. Growth rarely happens inside comfort. When you stretch beyond what feels easy, you discover strengths you did not know you possessed. So beginning today, try a new approach. Instead of running from difficulty, lean toward it. If a task intimidates you, prepare yourself and attempt it. If a goal seems almost impossible, break it into steps and begin anyway. Each time you confront something challenging, your confidence expands. Each time you persist, your resilience deepens. Over time, you evolve into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. There is also a simple habit shared by many high achievers: they value their mornings. Rising early is not about losing sleep, it is about gaining ownership of your time. In the quiet hours, before the noise of the world begins, you have space to think clearly, plan intentionally, and invest energy in your personal development. Early mornings offer a rare kind of control, a chance to set the direction of your day rather than reacting to it. When mornings slip away, however, the opposite often happens. Messages demand attention, distractions multiply, and the rhythm of the outside world starts dictating your priorities. But when you begin your day with purpose, you place yourself in the driver's seat of your life. Remember, transformation does not arrive overnight. It is built through daily discipline, courageous decisions, and the refusal to stop when progress feels slow. Keep showing up. Keep improving. The sunrise you are waiting for may be closer than you think, and when it arrives, you will realize that every step you took in the dark was guiding you toward that light. As your life becomes more purposeful, you will notice something interesting. Distractions will begin to multiply. Calls will come in, messages will demand replies, and countless small interruptions will compete for your attention. If you are not careful, your entire day can slip out of your control before you even realize it. That is why building a strong morning routine is so powerful. Try waking up before the world becomes busy. In those quiet early hours, you gain something priceless: control over your time. When you begin the day with intention, you set the tone for everything that follows. Win the morning, and you dramatically increase your chances of winning the day. Another habit that can transform your future is learning to focus on your own journey. Too many people scatter their energy by paying attention to things that add no value to their growth. They become absorbed in gossip, endlessly curious about other people's lives, and distracted by comparisons that serve no real purpose. But your life is your responsibility, your most important project. What others choose to do is not your concern. If someone has achieved wealth, let it inspire you rather than distract you. If someone is enjoying their personal life or exploring the world, allow them their path. Meanwhile, protect your attention and invest it where it truly matters, in your development. Every moment spent watching others is a moment taken away from building your own future. There is great strength in quiet dedication. Instead of announcing every step, commit yourself to consistent effort and allow your results to speak on your behalf. Often, the loudest success is built through silent discipline. To make real progress, you must also understand the difference between being busy and being productive. Many people spend long hours working yet feel they are moving nowhere. The reason is simple: their focus is constantly broken. Notifications interrupt them, social media pulls them away, and multitasking divides their attention. When your mind is scattered across too many things, mastery becomes impossible. If you truly want excellence, practice deep work, periods of uninterrupted concentration where your full mental energy is directed toward one meaningful skill. Choose an ability that aligns with your goals and commit to improving it every day. Even 4 to 5 hours of focused practice can create extraordinary results over time. In today's fast-moving world, the individuals who stand out are not those who attempt everything, but those who become exceptional at something valuable. Energy, however, is the foundation that supports all achievement. Without it, even the strongest ambitions begin to fade. Many people feel constantly exhausted because they neglect their physical well-being. Yet success is easier to pursue when your body supports your efforts rather than holding you back. You do not need extreme routines; even a short period of daily movement can make a remarkable difference. A few minutes of exercise, whether it is stretching, running, strength training, or simple body weight movements, can elevate your mood, sharpen your focus, and strengthen your confidence. When your body grows stronger, your mind often follows. Think of your body as the first home you will ever live in. Caring for it is not optional, it is essential. There is another quiet mistake that prevents many dreams from taking shape: sharing plans too early. It is tempting to talk about future goals, post them publicly, and seek validation. But premature exposure often invites doubt, criticism, and unnecessary opinions. Over time, that noise can weaken your belief in yourself. Those who achieve remarkable things often adopt a different approach. They work privately, improve steadily, and reveal their progress only through undeniable results. Let people witness what you have built rather than hear about what you intend to build. You may have noticed that much of society encourages people to prepare for employment but rarely inspires them to imagine leadership. From a young age, many are guided towards stability, study well, find a secure position, and work under established systems. There is nothing wrong with honest work, yet it is equally important to remember that you are allowed to think beyond traditional paths. You are allowed to innovate, to create opportunities, and even to lead. Thinking big is not arrogance, it is permission to explore your full potential. Whether your dream is to lead a team, build something meaningful, or shape your own direction, give yourself the freedom to consider possibilities others might overlook. Progress begins the moment you realize that your future does not have to be limited by expectations. So protect your time, guard your energy, deepen your focus, and nurture the courage to dream boldly. Step by step, these habits reshape not only your days but the direction of your entire life. For much of your life, you may notice that the world quietly encourages you to follow instructions rather than create your own direction. Many systems are designed to produce people who obey, who fit in, and who rarely question the path placed before them. But pause for a moment and remember this: you are not required to live exactly like everyone else. Your future does not have to be limited to working under someone forever if your heart is calling you towards something greater. You have the ability to build something of your own, whether it is a business, a creative project, a meaningful career, or a personal legacy. When you begin to think like a leader instead of only a follower, your perspective changes. Decision by decision, you move closer to freedom, the freedom to design a life that reflects who you truly are. One of the greatest barriers standing between people and their dreams is fear. Fear quietly convinces many individuals not to begin. It whispers doubts before they take risks, before they speak up, before they dare to be different. As a result, countless people remain exactly where they are, not because they lack ability, but because they allowed fear to become their boundary. Yet fear is often nothing more than a story the mind repeats, a projection of what might go wrong rather than what could go right. The most reliable way to weaken fear is to face it directly. If expressing your ideas makes you nervous, practice speaking. If uncertainty scares you, take small, thoughtful risks. If standing apart from the crowd feels uncomfortable, remind yourself that growth rarely happens inside comfort zones. No one is coming to rescue your dreams or carry you toward your goals. The responsibility, and the power, belong entirely to you. So ask yourself honestly, will you allow fear to hold you still, or will you gather the courage to move forward despite it? Now we arrive at the most important principle of all: when you learn to control your mind, you begin to control your life. Great individuals are not necessarily more fortunate, wealthier, or more gifted than others. What truly sets them apart is persistence. They continue when the path becomes difficult. They continue when criticism appears. They continue after failure, through exhaustion, and even during moments when no one believes in them. Deep down, they understand a powerful truth: success often tests patience before it reveals rewards. Life will challenge you. There will be obstacles meant to discourage you and moments designed to test your commitment. But if you develop the habit of refusing to quit, you become far stronger than any temporary setback. Persistence transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary results. Many people spend years waiting waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for motivation, waiting for someone to guide them. But the reality is simple: your future cannot be outsourced. Support may come and go, yet the responsibility for your growth remains yours alone. If you do not actively fight for your dreams, they slowly fade into wishes instead of becoming plans. So release the habit of waiting. Begin now. Start shaping the life you imagine with the actions you take today. Another silent trap is the illusion of unlimited time. Some drift through their days without intention, oversleeping, losing hours to distractions, complaining instead of improving, and then wonder why nothing changes. Time is the one resource that never returns once spent. A single unproductive day may seem harmless, but repeated often enough, it turns into months and years that cannot be reclaimed. Treat each day as valuable. Every hour carries possibility, and every moment offers a chance to move forward. When you respect your time, you begin building a future rather than postponing it. Perhaps you want to become someone others naturally respect, a person whose presence is noticed, whose voice carries weight. If that is your desire, step away from the comfort of being average. Ordinary thinking keeps people hidden. Those who stand out choose responsibility over excuses. Instead of blaming circumstances, they ask, "What can I do better?" When they fall short, they learn. When belief from others is missing, they strengthen belief within themselves. This mindset gradually creates quiet strength. People begin to recognize it. Opportunities start to appear. Confidence grows, not from words, but from consistent action. And there is one final obstacle you must guard against: laziness. It rarely announces itself loudly, instead, it arrives disguised as later, as endless postponement, as the temptation to choose comfort over progress. Yet dreams require motion. They respond to effort, discipline, and daily commitment. So challenge yourself to act, even when motivation feels low. Small steps taken consistently can carry you farther than occasional bursts of enthusiasm. As you move forward from this moment, remember what truly matters: protect your focus, master your fears, value your time, strengthen your mind, and refuse to surrender when the journey becomes demanding. You are capable of far more than you realize. Do not settle for merely existing when you have the potential to achieve, to grow, and to lead. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter begins with the choices you make today. The path will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Now the question is no longer whether success is possible. The real question is, are you ready to rise and claim it? Laziness is more dangerous than it appears. It slowly drains your strength, weakens your ambition, and convinces you to remain exactly where you are. When you repeatedly tell yourself, "I will begin tomorrow," or "I will do it later," days quietly turn into months, and months into years. Meanwhile, opportunity keeps moving forward. Success does not pause for hesitation, and it certainly does not wait for those who choose comfort over action. There will be mornings when getting out of bed feels difficult and days when working toward your goals seems exhausting. In those moments, remember that progress often begins with a simple decision: the decision to rise anyway. Push yourself gently but firmly. Do what must be done even when motivation is missing, because motivation is temporary, but discipline builds a permanent foundation for success. True discipline means showing up regardless of your mood. It means continuing the work when you are tired, staying committed when excitement fades, and giving your best effort even when no one is there to applaud you. The world rarely rewards excuses, it responds to results. And results are created by those who keep moving forward when others stop. Along this journey, mistakes are inevitable. You will face setbacks. Some plans will fail, and some efforts will not produce immediate rewards, and that is perfectly normal. Failure is not a final destination, it is guidance. Each misstep teaches you something valuable, sharpening your judgment and strengthening your resilience. Every time you stand up after falling, you grow wiser and more prepared than before. In many ways, each failure is quietly guiding you closer to success. So recognize this moment for what it truly is, an opportunity to begin again with greater clarity and determination. Release the habit of complaining. Let go of excuses. Stop postponing the life you want to build. The time for action is not someday in the future, it is now. Fight for your dreams with courage. Step into the version of yourself that has always existed beneath doubt, the version that is capable, determined, and ready to grow. Your circumstances do not define your ceiling. Whether your path has been easy or difficult, whether others have supported you or questioned you, remember this: you already carry within you the qualities required to move forward. You are stronger than your fears suggest. You are more intelligent than your doubts claim. You are more capable than you may currently believe. So step into the world with confidence and let your effort tell your story. And whenever the road feels heavy, whenever fatigue whispers that you should quit, return to this reminder: you are not walking this path alone. Countless dreamers have stood where you stand now, uncertain yet hopeful, and they moved forward one step at a time. Let this message be the voice that steadies you when your own confidence wavers. When you feel lost, reconnect with your purpose. When quitting seems easier, remember why you began. Pause, breathe, and then continue. This is your life, your single, irreplaceable chance to create something meaningful. Do not stop halfway. Keep learning, keep building, keep rising. Go forward and turn your dreams into reality. And once you begin, promise yourself one thing: never stop until you win.